is up, you guys? Welcome back to another one. If you were new to the channel, I am Gold Pony. Behind me, we have here the 2020 Chevy Equinox, courtesy of Apple Chevrolet in York, PA. And so I have picked out the top trim line this time, went with the Premier. So what do you say? Let's just jump right into it. And as always, let's start with pricing. And so to start, there will be several different trim levels for the 2020 Equinox. First one being L, starting at $24,995. LS, starting at $27,495. The LT for $28,695, and lastly the Premier, the one we have today, starting at $32,595. And so with all of those trim levels, that was pricing for the front wheel drive. If you wanted to go with the all-wheel drive setup, simply add $1,600 to any of those prices. But so then actually, regardless of trim level, there is one standard engine setup across the board. 1.5 liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder, putting out 170 horsepower, 203 pound-feet of torque, sent to front wheels or all wheels through a 6-speed automatic, giving you MPG numbers at 26 in the city, 28 on the highway for the front wheel drive, 25 city, 27 highway for the all-wheel drive. And again, that is the standard engine setup. There is one optional engine setup for the Equinox, that one being the one we actually have today, the 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder. And this engine setup is actually going to be available as an option for the LT and the Premier trim levels, but this one puts out 252 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque. Quite a substantial difference there. Again, sent to front wheels or all wheels through a 9-speed automatic. Another substantial difference there as well. Giving you MPG numbers at 22 in the city, 28 on the highway. Same highway MPG number as the 1.5 liter. That's kind of interesting. And so with us having the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder today, I gotta admit, considering the size of the Equinox, it was definitely plenty of get up and go. And again, it's over 250 horsepower, so plenty of power. Definitely not going to have any issues with merging onto the highway. To go along with that, when it comes to braking definitely felt good as well. 16-inch front discs, 16-inch rear discs are going to be the standard setup. And if you want with that 2-liter, that's actually going to bump the front size rotors up to 17 inches in the front. So a little extra stopping power for a little extra horsepower. So that definitely makes sense as well. Also wanted to mention there is an electronic parking brake just behind the shifter there, so no stomping on anything with your left foot or anything like that. Braking feel definitely felt nice as well. Touching on suspension and handling, up front you're going to find a McPherson strut front suspension, in the back a 4-link rear suspension. As far as ride quality goes, I would say it was as expected. Wouldn't say it was quite as plush as, let's say, the Chevy Traverse, but at the same time you're not going to have any issues going on long road trips if you wanted to in the Equinox. Steering feel is, once again, as expected. When it comes to SUVs, the steering feel is quite often on the looser side of things, so it's not as heavy of a weight to it, which kind of makes sense. I just prefer a little heavier of a weight, so no issues there either. Cabin noise is definitely quite quiet. Not too many exterior noises coming into the cabin. And touching on visibility, this is one area where I was definitely impressed. I know it's a smaller SUV, and you're typically not going to have any issues there, but I could see great out the back. And sometimes with SUVs, it's not always the case. With the Equinox, you definitely have amazing visibility. I'm going to also jump into safety real quick. There is a blind spot monitoring system on this Premier that we have today as well. So when it comes to merging lanes, that's going to be helping you out when it comes to visibility as well. But now let's make our way to the exterior, because there's some new colors actually on the 2020 Equinox, including chocolate metallic, midnight blue metallic, and cayenne orange metallic. I love that cayenne orange metallic. You guys should go to Chevy's website and kind of spec that one up. It's kind of cool. Up front, you're going to find a front grille that will actually differ slightly depending on the trim level that you go with. Halogen headlights are going to come standard with the L and LS trim levels. You're actually going to get HID headlights if you went with the LT, and then LED headlights are going to come with the Premier. So a wide variety of headlight options if you were curious. All trim levels, however, are going to give you that automatic feature, meaning when it starts to get dark out, whichever headlight setup you go with, they're going to automatically turn on because it's going to detect that darkness. Also, LED daytime running lights are going to come standard, and if you wanted fog lights like you're looking at right now, simply go with the Premier trim level there. Then make our way to the side of the Equinox. Roof rails are going to come standard with the Premier that we have today. They're going to be available for the LT. Rear privacy glass comes with all trim levels. Taking a look at the side mirrors though, black mirror caps are going to come with the LS and L. Body colored side mirrors are going to come with the LT, and you're going to get chrome mirror caps if you went with the Premier trim level. And actually all of those side mirrors, they're all going to be heated. I definitely like that because that's not always the case. So every single trim level is going to come with heated side mirrors. Also, integrated turn signals that you're looking at now are going to come with the Premier. But let's take a look down now at the wheel setup. 17-inch aluminum alloys are going to come with the L, LS, and LT trim levels. If you went with the Premier, you will find 18-inch aluminum alloy wheels, and actually there are some 19-inch available wheel setups too. Then make your way to the back. Rear spoiler with the integrated brake light will come standard. Just below that, a rear window wiper. LED taillights are going to come with the Premier trim level, and just below all of that, a single exhaust outlet if you went with the 1.5 liter. However, if you went with the 2 liter, you will find dual exhaust outlets with chrome tips, and of course that is the one we have today. So as always, even though we're in an SUV, let's go ahead and start it up, and here is that exhaust clip. But now, since we are around back, to open that rear hatch, there actually is a hands-free power liftgate with the Premier trim level. All other trims, including the LT, LS, and L, are going to come with a manual liftgate, so it's not all bad. But once opened up, cargo capacity behind that second row is going to come in at 29.9 cubic feet, so decent amount back there. There's also some grocery hooks back there, and I was surprised to find some in-floor storage, and actually quite a bit of it too. It goes back a little deeper there than you might have thought, so good bit of space back there. Also some nice levers back there to fold down those rear seats. Also found that pretty convenient, because otherwise it would be kind of a stretch to get to that second row. But either way, once that second row is then folded down, cubic feetness comes in at 63.9, so decent amount of space for the Equinox there. Making your way up to the rear legroom, that comes in at 39.9 inches. So for reference, I'm an even 6 feet tall. This is how much space I have back there. So my opinion, plenty of space for a 6-foot adult. There is also a rear center armrest with cup holders and rear ventilation back there as well, and plenty of USB hookups. 2 of them, actually. I shouldn't say plenty. There's 2 of them. So if you got 2 rear passengers with smartphones, they're going to stay connected back there. Then make your way to the front seats. L, LS, and LT trim levels are going to come with cloth finishes. You will get leather surfaces if you go with the Premier, and heated front seats if you go with the Premier as well. And there are ventilated front seats available. That is an optional thing. It doesn't come standard with any particular trim level, but it's going to be there for you if you want to option it. But taking a look at the steering wheel, it is tilt and telescoping, and it will actually come leather wrapped if you went with the Premier trim level only. So I do happen to like that today. When it comes to the startup, let me first start by showing you guys the key here. You have your Chevy logo on the one side end. When you flip it over, unlock the button to pop the rear hatch, and that circular button in the middle, that is going to be your remote start. That is going to come specifically with the Premier trim level. However, you will actually get a keyless entry with a push button start for every single trim level. I love that. That is definitely not the case on the base trim levels of most vehicles out there. So you got to appreciate the keyless entry. But once started up, tachometer on your left, speedometer on your right, those gauges will do a full sweep. And there is a small digital display front and center, giving you things like a digital speedometer, how many miles you have left until you hit empty, when you need your next oil change, some audio information, Bluetooth info, and a ton of other things you can scroll through up there. Then take a look at overall interior quality. You will actually get an overhead sunglass holder with the LT and Premier trim levels. Dual zone climate control is going to come with the Premier. The Premier is actually also going to add a wireless phone charger. Also universal home remote, aka the garage door openers for up to 3 different garage doors actually. And if you wanted a panoramic sunroof like we have today, again, it does not come standard on any trim level, but it is available for the LT and Premier trim levels as an option if you wanted it. So definitely letting in a ton more light today, but overall, at least in this Premier trim level that we have today, everything is finished quite nice. I do appreciate the wireless phone charger up there. Again, there's another USB outlet and a phone charger and a 12-volt power outlet up there. Just behind that, you're going to find a couple cup holders, and once again, that electronic parking brake. Then just behind that, another little cubby area where there's actually LED lighting that up. That's pretty cool. And there's a little tray in there along with a couple USB charging ports as well, so that was pretty cool. But now let's make our way to the tech display. 7-inch color touchscreen display comes standard with the L, LS, and LT trim levels. Premier is going to give you an 8-inch color touchscreen display, and that's what you're looking at right now. But actually, either way, you're going to get Bluetooth and audio streaming, as well as Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, meaning if you have a smartphone, simply hook it up to the Equinox, and you will get free navigation through that Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. It's always nice, as well as the ability to like and dislike your Pandora songs up there. Factory navigation is available if you wanted it. You can of course also check out your radio settings, and when it comes to the sound system on the Equinox, 6-speaker sound system is actually going to come standard for every single trim level, so that is the standard setup. Then there is a 7-speaker Bose sound system available as an option for the Premier. That is the one we have today. So as always, let's go ahead and turn on the radio, see what we got playing this hot morning here. And let's test out the clarity of this one. Dang, that Bose system hits hard, man. Ton of bass. Absolutely very impressed with the bass, and I always say this, I've had Bose sound systems in my cars before. They have never failed me. Nothing has ever broken. Definitely a solid sound system for the Equinox there. But so then last thing on the tech I wanted to mention is when you do put the Equinox in reverse, you will find a rear view camera for every single trim level. However, if you went with the Premier that we have today, you will find an HD, a high definition rear view camera, and actually it's more than just a rear view camera. It is a 360-degree camera. It is a side view camera. It is an everything view camera from outer space. It is definitely quite nice. You can see a little picture of the Equinox on there, so a ton of different views there. I'm definitely quite fond of that. But as always, that is going to lead us into safety. And so to start, front side and side curtain airbags will come standard. In the back, you're going to find latch, aka lower anchors and tethers for children for the rear car seats. Also rear child door locks back there, tire pressure monitoring system. That's all the basic stuff. But all trims will also give you a forward collision alert system, front pedestrian braking, and automatic emergency braking. That's definitely nice. Premier trim level is going to add that blind spot warning with rear cross traffic alert system I already told you about, lane change alert, rear park assist, and an auto dimming rear view and side mirrors. Again, that is for the Premier. And so, but that is about it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. Feel free to follow me on social media at the bottom of the screen there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay gold!